Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Anchor Snake here. Hope y'all are doing great today as always. Today we're going to be talking about this new inventory system that was released with 4.7 update. That was about a week ago. I'm sure the majority of you old timers, the people playing, have probably figured it out and are probably using it. It's great, but this video is going to be really meant for the new person that might be joining Star Citizen, or maybe you've returned from a long hiatus and you've stumbled back into 4.7 and you look at this inventory system like, what the heck is this? Because it's quite different. So this video is going to be for you. Without further ado, let's dive in, take a look at it, and see what's going on with this new system. Thanks for watching. All right, real quickly before we dive in, I just want to show you like a really quick little video of what the old inventory system looks like. And all the people that's been playing the game, they know this, but for all the new folks, I just want you to kind of see where this inventory system has come from and how much better this new one is. It's awesome. So take a look at this. So this is what you would do. You would walk up to the storage area. You have to click F, and this is what the inventory screen looked like. And to interact with your character, you just dragged and dropped directly onto the characters, the person itself. Like, look, see how you did it? And it was really simple. And this is what we were used to. You see, now that I've put a backpack on, you see how it opens the screen. So it's similar. The new inventory is similar to what the old one was, but it is different. So I just wanted to show you that this is what it used to look like. Definitely come a long way. It's easier to find stuff, and it's a whole lot easier to move lots of items around. But you see how you would stick it direct the weapons and everything. It was easy, really easy to do. This new system is not as easy. Well, it's not as easy for us old guys because we're used to it. Or just like, a new person having to relearn how to use this inventory. Now, it's been about a week since 4.7 dropped. So by now, I'm sure most of you have figured this out. All right, let me back this video up a little bit real quick. And I'll show you this. So when you hit I, this is what you would see. So what it would look like. You would just see your inventory and maybe your core. If you had anything in your core armor, that's what you would see. What this new inventory system has added is a feature called proximity. So we don't have to, it's amazing. We don't have to walk up. Well, you can still hit the F button if you want to, but you don't have to do that anymore. Because back in the day, that's how you would have to access it. The same with the store all containers, you'd have to hit F, right? You don't have to do that no more. Actually, all you got to do is walk up and hit I button, and it opens up the inventory system. Now, there's a lot going on with this screen, but do you kind of see the similarities between the old one and the new one? It's similar, but it's different, right? So it's still got panels on the left and right. So this section over here on the left is primarily for the player, right? Primarily for the player's inventory, equipment, and etc. This section over here on the right hand side is primarily going to be used for all our storage containers and ships and Cool feature though is we can also set this up to be another storage container, so it won't be the player's inventory, it'll be something else. And I'll get into that in a little bit, but I just want to break this down to you Barney style. This is the left is typically for the player, the right is typically for storage containers. This section right here, obviously in the darker color, is going to be for all the items that are in our inventory. Okay. And I'll give you an example. So we'll cover this. So starting right here, this is a search feature, right? So if I wanted to look up more Azov armor, I could just hit more and it's going to search. And there, look, so here's like more Azov armor, right? Isn't that neat? So if I go, I can clear that filter It's not instantaneous. It's going to take a minute. So now that that filter is cleared, now we're back to where we started. Move all. You see how it selects everything? Now, if you pay attention, look at this capacity button. If I'm hitting move all, it is thinking, okay, you want to move your entire inventory over to your backpack, and it's telling you can't do it. Now, what you can do is you can move. If I drill down deeper into this section, and I don't know, like let's go maybe sustenance, and I hit move all. See how it'll move all that right into my local inventory. We'll talk more about that in a minute, but this is an amazing button. This is an amazing button. No longer do you have to sit here and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, that's how you had to do it. Now you can just move the whole doggone thing into your inventory and vice versa, right? Cool. The capacity is exactly what you would expect. It shows you how many, this button right here shows you how much room you have in your local inventory, in your backpacks and such. This is a button that this is supposed to, from what I've read, this is a stack all button. So like, you know how you'll have items you'll pick up along the way. Let me close, if I can get that to close. You'll have items that you pick up along the way, like they'll give you things like boots and stuff. You see how I stacked it? This button here is supposed to do that, but apparently right now it doesn't work in 4.7. But maybe they'll get it working in later iterations. These buttons, just like you would expect, armor. So you click on, there's your armor. Now, this is a really cool feature. If you just want to know, like, let's say core armor, there's all the cores. I just want to look at backpacks. Cool, there's all the backpacks. If I unhook that, so cool, and I can quickly drill down into my inventory. Okay, there's the backpacks. If I wanted to, I could type in Morozov. Let's do that. So if I went more, there's the Morozov backpacks. Isn't that cool? Then I can hit the clear filter button and give it a minute, and it'll clear that out. So we have clothing, weapons, utility, ammo, vehicles. That's all the junk that, like, sustenance, that's food, containers, other items, mission items. We can clear the filter. Here's another one. We can also sort. We want to sort these by A to Z. Well, or I want to sort SCU, largest to smallest. So here's the largest. Let's see. Did it actually do that? Sort smallest to largest. Okay, yeah. So SCU volume is 20K, 20 micro K. Down here is 62K micro SCU. See what I mean? Or I can go down here and type A to Z. There we go. Or we can just clear the filter. And we're back where we started. So that's what that does. And obviously down here at the bottom, I've got there's a lot of stuff in here. And this is how you just keep going through the different screens, right? That is the gist. That's pretty much all of this information is being presented right here in this panel. Okay, that's what this panel shows you. Now there is some little odd features where the let's see. Here's one. See, it has this. You use your scroll wheel on your mouse to go down on that, to move that down. It's not a drag and drop, it's a scroll wheel. All right, that's that section. Now over here, if we move over to the player side, as you can see, all these buttons are the same right here. Absolutely all the same in this area right here. This section here is going to be for our equipment. So we're presented with we're presented with two different types of buttons right here. We got gadgets, which is what we're on right now. These are going to be, this is going to be for the Sibirs and stuff like that for mining. Weapons. So my max lift tractor beam is actually taking up a weapon slot on my backpack. Okay. And then this is my Karna rifle, my Ascension Karna rifle with its attachments. And then my medical gun, whatever we want to, whatever that thing's called, medical portamed, is taking up a pistol slot. So you could actually you could put a pistol here, or you can put that. Back in the day, you could put both, but now I think I have a pocket knife sitting over here, in one of those slots. These are the attachments, okay, for and the cool, kind of a neat feature is, but these are, like I said, just want to show you, these are the attachments that's on this rifle. Back in the day, what you would do is you would hang your rifle on your backpack, and if you can see, like these are the attachments right here. You see how it lights up and it shows you what the let's see, there's the, if I can move it just so you can see it. There we go. Maybe you can see it. So there's a flashlight. There is some type of, I don't know, keeps it from, it stabilizes the rifle when it fires. And there's the little attachment up there. Right. That's what this section of it does. Looking at the player, if you look at the player, so right here are the med pins. It's kind of hidden by the armor, but I can carry 4 med pins right here. Whether they're med pins, oxygen pins, detox pins, I could put those right here, right? This is the ammo that I'm carrying on my belt. So that's what those are, right? Now, if I had the grenades, they would mount right here. And they would show up right here on my core armor. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. This is the armor that I'm wearing. So right now I have an Odyssey undersuit right now. This is the Dust Double armor set. And this is my helmet. So if I take my helmet off, I'm just going to grab it and drop it right here in my local inventory. This is some shades that I'm wearing right now. Now to put this back on, I could just double click it and it goes right back onto my noggin. Okay. Now the thing about this is, if I start taking this armor off and just start dumping it, or dumping it in here, all these items are going to go away. And they're going to go back into my inventory. I'm not going to lose it, but you'll have to rebuild your character. And I wanted to show you, for you new guys. So what we'll do, this is going to be kind of painful for me, but we're going to do it because I want you to see this. I'm just going to start dumping all this stuff back into this inventory. You see how I'm going to take it all off because I want you to see. Let's go here. I'll take everything off. I just want you to see what this, because there is a situation that I encountered on day one when this inventory system popped. I could not figure out. I'm just going to drop the backpack into the inventory. I'll take the helmet off. I'll take the armor off. And I'm going to leave the shades. We're going to look cool. At least we'll look cool with some shades on. All right. So you're going to start off your character. He's going to look something like, let's see. Here we go. You're going to start off with the Odyssey undersuit on. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, let's do this. Yeah, double click it. For whatever reason, it's not liking the drag and drop bit. I don't know why, but you're going to start off with something like that. And if you could put a helmet Let's grab a helmet. Yeah, no, I have a lot of helmets. All right. You're going to start off the game looking something like this, probably. Okay. Now check this out. So what was messing me up and I couldn't figure it out was, if we go back to armor. So I was thinking, oh man, I'll just grab, this is neat. It actually put the stuff I was messing with up at the top. I'm like, well, where do I put my armor at? I was thinking, okay, I'm just boop, I'll just drop my armor right there. You see what it does? It doesn't really let you. And I couldn't figure out for the life of me, how do I solve that problem? Well, what you got to do is if you play around with clothes, you got to take this stuff off. And then you can put your suit. See, now a slot opens up. So I'm going to grab that. Cool. Then I can grab the legs. And then I can grab the core. Then I can grab the arms. I'm double clicking, y'all. That's how I'm doing it. Now I've got my helmet. All right. So now I'm going to grab my backpack. I'm just going to double click it and see how it automatically sticks it on there. Now what I need some ammo, right? All right. So let's get out of that. And we can go grab, oh, there's some med pens. We definitely need that, but we'll find that in a minute. So let's grab let's go primary weapon, right? Here's my Karna Ascension rifle. So what the heck? So back in the day, what you would do, you would grab your rifle and you would hang it on your backpack. Well, you can't do that. So what do? Well, I can't, okay, what am I supposed to do with it? Well, you can chunk it in your backpack just to keep it simple. Well, we don't want that. We want to be able to access it, right? Well, it didn't actually go in there, did it? So what we need to do is we need to select weapons, right? So we got 3 different slots. So I'm going to grab, there's my primary, well, I want to move that. I don't want that up there. I'll move it to there. There, see how I just moved it? I just dragged it and put it up there. All right. Well, what about my max lift? That's going to be under equipment, utility. So let's go. Somebody just crashed. Take off the guns. There it is. Cool. I'm going to double click it. There it goes. So now it's where it needs to be. It doesn't really matter which side it's on, but whatever. The next thing I need a med gun. And that's funny enough, the med gun is actually underneath weapons. So I'm going to double click that. And there's my med gun. I'm just double clicking it. What else do I need? Well, I need some items here on my gun. So what's this? This is a field flashlight. You see how these are lit up right here? So I'm just going to double click that. It automatically goes into this little slot right here. Cool. Oh, let's see. Let's get out of there. And I'm going to go to clear filters. I'm going to go to weapons, attachments. All right, cool. So here's the attachments. What am I looking for? I'm looking for E-mod stabilizer. I think I need a 2. See how it's not lighting up over here? That's telling me, nah, it's not going to work there. Let me find one. Might be all the way back here at the back of the bus. There it is. See how it's lighting up on that gun? I can just double click that. And then I need this Gamma Plus Lumen. Cool. So I've got that all. I've got my weapons all squared away. Let's go grab, we need some ammo. We definitely need some ammo, right? So let's do that. I'm going to clear that. I'm going to go back to ammo. Let's hit clear filters. We'll go to ammo. Awesome. So I have a pile of ammo right now. So this is a Karna rifle. That's a P4AR magazine. Here we go. I'm just going to double click. There's one. There's two. There's three. There's four. Then the P4 ammo. P4AR ammo. I'm going to grab 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. There we go. I don't know, man. It's the inventory's acting kind of goofy right now. Who knows? We'll grab one of those to stick those in there. I'm gonna grab some ammo for my medical, for that device. All right, cool. Good enough. I'm not gonna carry a pile of it. That gets me back. That gets that squared away. Now we got the gadgets, right? So I'm going to close this filter here and I'm going to go to gadgets. Right here. So gadgets. All right. So I need a multi-tool. And so that's actually going to go right here. Well, I'm just going to double click it. And I need an attachment. All right. So I need a gadget attachment. So let's see here. We need a tractor beam. So it's a TruHold tractor beam attachment. You see how it's lighting up right here? So you just double click it. Boom. Now it's got that. And it should be right there. And there it is. All right. And then if you want to, we can grab, we can go back to the weapons. This is kind of weird. We can just, boom. There's a knife. All right. That's pretty much it. Now, if you want to add another, so like I'm not going to put it in my backpack now because I'm not really doing nothing. But if I can do it. Let's just do it so you can see it. Primary. Go to primary. I can grab this PR. It should be under weapons, right? So there it is. There's the P4AR. And let's just say like I want to swap this out, I can grab this and drop it right there. And so now I've got the P4AR, right? Since this is it's not a weapon, go here and I can just drag it and drop it right there. Does that make sense? That's pretty cool. That's how that works. Oh, I need some med pens. Right? So we need to go up here to, where is it? Medical. Close that. Let's go to medical, right? Cool. Well, we need some med pens. I'm just going to double click until that little bit fills up, right? Awesome. And that is pretty much it for setting up your character. So let's say you're a new guy, you're thirsty, right? So what you can do is you can take off your helmet right here. You can go to your sustenance, which is your food. Let me clear the filters here. And we can go to sustenance. This is all the food that I have. This bottle should be empty. And what I can do, I can right click my mouse and I can click carry. Right? Click carry. See now it puts it in my hand. So what I want to do is I just want to hit the I button. Right? You see now you see that right down here it shows that I'm thirsty, right? So what I can do, and if you look, over here, kind of like the lower right hand corner, you see where it says drink, sip, store. So what I want to do, since I got that thing in my hand, all I got to do is hold down the left mouse button. And now I start drinking it. If I let go, he'll stop. We're just going to drink the whole thing. Okay. Boom. Now, I recommend if you're in your hangar, just store the item. Don't throw it. I would just store it. All right, cool. And that's it. Now what I typically do, this is how I usually just grab my helmet. You can either go equip, or you can double click it and it puts it back on. I would leave your helmet on, okay? At all times. You'll run into, there's going to be areas in, you're going to come across areas of like space stations and stuff. Even in like the C2, there's areas inside the C2, even though the doors are open, there's no atmosphere. So the game is not polished. It's still not even close. But there you go. That's the basics. So if you want to eating something is the same thing. And that pretty much concludes how to set up your character, how to equip a rifle. Right now, just so you want to know, if you're now you're sitting here, if you want to equip a rifle, on your keyboard there's a 1, 2, a 1 and a 2 key. If you just hold down the 1 button, you see how it opens up this little wheel right here. All right, these are the different weapons you can pick up. If I let go of that, now this thing's saying I don't have a module on it, and it should have a module, but it should. Let me holster it. I hit 2. 2 is my tractor beam. 1 is my rifle, right? I'm not going to fire the weapon. 3 is my med gun. 4 is a med pen, all right? Now, to get past this, you can go back to hit. You can hit 1. And then I think, what is it? 5. 5 is that. And that's it. So now if I want to grab the knife, probably have to just come over here to grab the combat knife. And now I got the knife. I hold the weapon, but to get past this, I can either do hold R, hold down the R button. R button is a holster. Okay. Hopefully this makes sense to you. That's how you access your weapons and stuff. You just, what you want to do here is you want to hit the R button. But that's it. I'm curious. I don't know why that tractor beam bit's not working, but whatever. That's something for another video. I'm not too worried about that. We'll figure that out later. The next part of this video, what I want to take a deep dive into, is if we go back into the proximity. So we covered the player section here. We covered all the weapons and attachments and how you put stuff and how you build your character and what all these buttons do for all the different items that you collect in your journey. The next section here, you know, we talked about this. You can move this out of the way if you want to, which is pretty cool. So you're not looking at it. But if you see how it's got the numbers 1, 2, and 3, that corresponds with your keyboard, which is pretty cool. Pretty neat, right? 4 corresponds with your keyboard. You notice how this one doesn't have a number. But whatever. We're going to close that. And this right here is supposed to be all the items, but so this is my backpack. This is the stuff that's in my backpack. This would be the stuff that was like, if I have something stored, I can actually store stuff in this torso area. Let me grab like I don't know. Let's go to Sustenance, clear all. Sustenance. So I don't know if I want to store a nutrition bar. See, it's now, the nutrition bar is actually in this core armor. So if I click all, now it shows like everything that I'm carrying. Does that make sense? And then if I go up here, if I go back to the torso, what I can do here is kind of neat. I'm going to show you this. What I can do now is I can go open up my backpack. I can take it from the torso and throw it into my backpack. Okay. We'll talk about these buttons in a minute, but if I go back to all, it's showing everything that I'm carrying, which that's working now. But this is now in my backpack, which is pretty neat. Legs, same way. I can store stuff in my legs. There's a little bit of storage there, but the main storage is the backpack. Makes sense? Cool. Now for the next part of this video, we're going to talk about these outside. You notice there's buttons here and there's buttons across the top. Okay. Buttons here. And then buttons down the side. So what this is, these are all the buttons. How can I explain this? So you notice how this is a crate sitting out here? These are different storage. This is the local inventory. This is that store all container. And this is my personal character. These are, I guess, how can I explain it? These are like ships. Let me show you this. This will help make this more sense. So if I walk over to here to these storage containers right here, right? And I hit I. Now do you see I have a 1, I have a 4, and I have a 8. And they're right here too. And then there's me, right? Makes sense? Cool. Now check this out. So I'm going to walk over here. So in the video that I did for the Aurora in Mark II, I said that I'm gonna go ahead and make a correction. So I said that the ship only had like a backpack's amount of storage. Well, I really didn't know much about this proximity thing. And so you notice I got these two 8th SCU containers. What I was seeing in the video is I was seeing those, not this. I wasn't. So check this out. So if I hit I inside the ship, right now it's showing the 2 store all containers. Now if I get a little closer, at least if I can get a little closer and hit I, now there's the ship, right? Okay, check this out. Here's a store all container, here's the ships. So it's 1 SCU, right? And then here's the other store all container, which is 122. So in the video with the Aurora, I saw this, which happened. So this is what I'm actually looking at. If I click on that, this is the personal storage, 1 SCU. And this is the other store all containers. So Essentia Asia pointed this out to me. So I appreciate you helping me out with that. Now check this out. So containers that are part of a ship or part of a vehicle are going to show up on this side right here. This is the ship as a whole. This is me, right? Cool. So one of the cool features about this new inventory system is I also can select the ship over here. And this is the personal storage, which is, look, if I highlight, you see how it highlights it down, it highlights this little area down here. It tells you that's what I'm messing with. Over here is a store all container. So I can actually move items from the personal storage into any one of these store all containers, right? Now check this out. The minute that I click on this one changes. Can't have the same one open, basically. Do you see how that happened? And how, or if I want to, I can click back to my personal storage and I can just throw an item in there, right? close this out here so you can. There you go. Just remember, if you drop it in and you can't see it, hit the clear filter button. But there it is. We'll move this around. So check this out. So if I go to the ship, here's the personal storage of the ship. Here's a store all container. Well, I can just move it over to there. Cool. Now it's in a store all container. It's the one on the top. If I select the one on the bottom, I can move it over to there. That's pretty cool. Or if I want to go back to my backpack, I can just go move all. Boom, it puts it. It should put it. There it is. It's right back in my backpack. You see how powerful that is? That's pretty cool. Another correction to that video, and it was so it was Laughing Elcor 6711 is the gentleman's name. I love that name. If you've ever played Mass Effect, you'll get it. He pointed out in that video with my I was using storage containers to get on the ship. He's like, man, you ain't got to do that. So if you come up to the front of this thing, you can hit jump and forward, and you automatically climb up on top of the ship, which is pretty cool. So thank you for pointing that out to me, man. I did not know that. Pretty cool. I don't typically watch anybody else's reviews on ships because I don't want to be tainted or swayed by other people's opinions. But maybe I should. Laughing Alcorp. Thank you, man. I really do appreciate it, guy. So here's some interesting stuff I wanted to show you. So we got a couple store all containers. Again, just real quickly. If I hit I, the storage containers inside the ship are put down the side right here. Just like if my player, I got storage containers down the side right here. These are the ship's players. Okay, so check this out. If I go back outside and I stand here next to these, there's a store all container. There's two. Now do you see how these are like ships now? They're like their own little ships. Then there's me with my multiple items. I'm basically being treated like a ship. Isn't that neat? Now if I come over here, so I have a store all container here and a store all container here, two different ships basically. So check this out. It's just like this. If I hit I, now you see I have like multiple ships here. All right, so here's the Gray Cat STV. Here's the Gray Cat PTV. And then here is the Gray Cat MTC. And there's all. So this is the one SCU storage box that's right here. So check it out. If I hover over that, see how it lights it up. Here is the PTV with a 1/8. This is just local inventory. Now if I go over here, I think it's this one. Let's say MTC. Okay, STV. So here's the STV. And it should have, there's that container, the one SCU container. And then it also has personal storage, which is kind of the little button right here. So what's cool is I could come over here to the let's see, the MTC. And now I can start moving items between vehicles just on this one screen. Back in the day, what you'd have to do is you'd have to look at this box, open it up, take something out of it, put it in your backpack, and then look at this box, open it up, and then take the item out of your backpack and put it into there. Now I can just drag and drop between the two of them easily. I don't have to like and I can just go move all. Boom. Check. Here we go. So watch. I can just go move all. There it is. It's all in this box right here, right now. And I can move it right back. Isn't that awesome? This is fantastic. fantastic. This is very powerful. It makes your life a whole lot easier. I'm looking at 3 different vehicles at the exact same time. How cool is that? Right? Fantastic. It's fantastic. Now, I wanted to come over here and I wanted to show you the medical. Now, the medical things are a little weird. This is the Nursa, or well, the URSA Medivac, commonly referred to as the Nursa. So if you look on this, you have a storage container and a storage container right there. It's very similar. This is like the Nursa, the flying Nursa. This is the Pisces. But if you look right here, it's very similar, right? There's a patient storage and a crew storage. So if I come over here, now watch this. If I hit the I button inside here, now look at this. So I got personal storage, a seat. It has no capacity, but it is picking it up. A med bed. Now check the med bed out. See, the med bed here doesn't have anything, but I've got a seat, personal storage, 1 SCU. So basically 2 SCU of personal storage here on the Nursa. Seat stuff, I don't know. I don't know what that's about. See, but now the medical bed is showing 800K. I don't recommend you put anything in those guys. There's a good chance you're going to lose it. Okay. I don't recommend you do it. So look, if I come over here to the Pisces, and I hit the I button. So it's got 60K, which is not a whole lot. So there's the other one. But on this one, I can see the med bed, and it's got 800K. So yeah, it's kind of odd, guys. I don't recommend you fool around with the bed stuff, because I can leave here and come back and then it won't show nothing. So it's a little, I don't know if it's some kind of glitch. But there, you see what I'm saying? Now it's not showing anything. Now it's not showing the med bed. Maybe if I get a little closer. Now it's showing the seat, the med bed. I don't know. I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's the storage, like the storage for like the, where you reload it. I don't know. Somebody help me out in the comments. If you know what that is, I don't know, but I would be very cautious to put anything in that med bed. I just would. So real quickly, I wanted to show you the Taurus here, the Constellation. They're all the same as far as like what you're about to see with this storage locker. So this has got 5 SCU of storage right here in these lockers. So if I hit I, now do you see the lockers? See how they light up? So this is a storage compartment inside of a ship, which is the Constellation. And what's neat about this, just like being outside, I can pick a locker and I can just move items back and forth very easily. And the cool thing is back in the day, in the previous update, you'd have to open each one individually and look in there, and you have to put it into your backpack. Now I can just go, do I have anything in here? Really, really cool. Actually, let's go back here, and we'll just come. We'll get down here on the lift, right? And we'll store that. I didn't mean to grab that. Let's lower this door down. Let's grab a store container and let's put it on. Let's put it on the ship. All right, now let's see. If I close this, how is the inventory system gonna handle this situation? I'm very curious. So if I'm standing here and I hit I, since it's on the ship, puts it over here, right? It's not treating this as a ship anymore. Do you see the difference? Because like if this was on the ground, the store all container is going to be up here. Let me prove this to you. So if I take it off, if I take it off, it should be across the top, right? I hit I, and there it is. It's up here. It's treating this, now the store all container is now its own ship. I hope all that makes sense. Oh, check, there's one other thing here. I forgot to show you this on the vehicle. So if I close this, not that, if I close that, okay, and I'm standing here and I hit I, here's the PTV. Okay, so here's the STV. So I no longer have access to the 1/8 storage container, right? And if I come over here and I close this one, I really wish that was a 2SU container. Now I don't have access to the MTC anymore, so the box has to actually be open. You know what I mean? That area has to be accessible. Otherwise, it doesn't work. Now the MTC also has an external storage right here. I think it's 750K. Yeah, right there. I had one time I got in here and I could actually access the external storage from right here, but this is not this. What I'm accessing now is these two guys. So if I hit the I button, you can see there it's these two right here. Occasionally, I don't know, maybe it was a glitch, and maybe it probably was, but I could stand here and I could access the external storage, but now I can't, which is in my opinion the way it should be. I shouldn't be able to toss something that's on the outside of the vehicle. Maybe they did a hot fix and they got rid of that, which is good. It didn't need to be in there. The MTC makes that whining noise. They need to fix that. So that's kind of aggravating, but so there you go, guys. Hopefully this video makes sense, and I hope that it helps the new folks out there. Maybe even the people that's been around. Maybe you took a break and you're just getting back into the game, and you're looking at this new inventory system and you're like, what the heck is going on with it? And that's exactly, I'm sure we all felt that way when I first opened it up when 4.7 loaded up. I'm like, what? In my case, I saw the Aurora Mark II and I had to do a video on it, so I didn't spend as much time on the inventory system as I should have, and I kind of paid the price. But fortunately, I got some help from Essential Asla, who pointed out the whole proximity bit. I kind of picked up on it a little bit, but I didn't really take the deep dive and take the time to really understand it. Thank you, sir. I appreciate the help. And then also special thanks to Laughing Elcor for telling me about how to get on the ship without using storage containers. I really appreciate that, man. And great name, by the way. If you've played Mass Effect, you would understand where that come from. I think that overall, I think the new inventory system is fantastic. Well done, CIG. Is it perfect? No. I know it's a little clunky. It's a little slow to respond, but they'll get that sorted out with everything else. So, well done. If you have any comments, questions, if you saw something, if I said something that's like, that's not how that works, let me know about it. I'm not perfect. I never said that I was. So, just a more retired senior chief playing a video game that... Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. If you're new here to the channel, please consider subscribing. It would be awesome if you did. But if you don't, I get it. That's fine too. Do what you do. If the video was a complete garbage, and I hope it wasn't, but it could be, please consider giving me a thumbs up. But you know what that does. I really appreciate it. Anyway, guys, gals, y'all take care. Y'all have a great day. And we'll catch you on the next one. All right, Anchor, you know what to do. Hand salute. Ready to. There you go, guys. I don't know what. See, this is another thing. I don't know why you're like doing the curtsy bit at the end. That's not what you're supposed to do, shit me. But I'm glad they fixed your hands. Your fingers are how they're supposed to be. But yeah. Bye, y'all.